Okay, these three sections are there. Okay, now let us first understand about data and different terminologies related to data. Okay, before we start to work with Tableau. Okay, so I'll just introduce you with some of those terminologies. Okay, so yes, here you can see data. It is a collection of raw facts and figures. Okay, so this is what we have been studying, I think, from standard 8th, 9th, or 10th also, that facts and raw facts and figures. Okay, so if you process this data, that becomes information. So information is useful. Raw data has to be processed. Okay, then different formats of data. Okay, so we have discussed this video format, text data. Okay, then basically came big data. Okay, after that this terminology came as big data. Okay, because of these things: volume, velocity, value. If you see here with three, I have added some more things here: variety, veracity, and variability as well. Okay, so have a quick look at what exactly is that. Volume, velocity, value, volume, variety, and velocity we have discussed. Veracity, value, and variability, just have a look at this. Okay, so veracity is the degree to which big data can be trusted. Okay, so the degree to which big data can be trusted. Okay, so this means that whatever analysis we are doing on the data, is the data correct, is the data valid. So that is basically called as veracity. Okay, if there is some kind of ambiguity in the data, or sometimes what happens, there are missing values. Okay, let's say you are doing a survey and you have a question, and people are hesitating to answer that particular question. So then again, it's a case of veracity. Okay, so the degree to which the data can be trusted. Okay, veracity. Value is basically more the data you have, better can be the analysis. Okay, so a very simple example I always give: elections. Okay, let's say 100 people are there, 50 they support party A, 50 support party B. Okay, during the election only 60 people turned up, and out of 60, 45 people were those who were supporting party B. Okay, so obviously the party B will win. Okay, but this is wrong. Okay, this is wrong analysis, because in actual 50 support for party A, 50 support for party B. Okay, but because we could not collect the data, we could not collect the votes of the remaining people, okay, within that time limit, therefore the party B wins. Okay, so the more data you have, the better and correct, the precise results you will get, that will add to the value of the analysis. Okay, then variability is there. Variability is the way in which big data can be used and formatted. Okay, so variability is, you have big data, you are doing analysis with that. Okay, but where will you use that particular analysis? Okay, in what ways you will use that particular analysis, that is called as variability. Okay, so these, the three terms, volume, variety, and velocity, were initially coined. Okay, they were initially coined, but after that, veracity, value, and variability actually came into existence. Okay, with the like different companies, they evolved these terminologies. Okay, now where do we store our data? Okay, mostly we store our data, okay, either in the file system or in databases. Okay, so like this is a folder, and you can see here like these four files are there: introduction to business analytics, Python lab manuals. Okay, so these four files are there, so this is called as a file system. Okay, we store our data like this, or we store our data in database. Okay, so those who are from IT background, they know, okay, what is a database. So like here you can see MySQL Workbench. This is a database software. MySQL is a database software. Okay, so database is, or very simple, simple to understand, this Excel is there. Okay, so if you fill these records, okay, so that is also a database. Okay, Excel. Or Microsoft Access is there, that is also a database. Okay, but if some software is designed specifically to work as a database, then it will have a lot of rules to work upon. Okay, like Excel is very freehand. Excel doesn't basically gives any kind of imposed restrictions. Okay, but some database softwares, they have a lot of rules and restrictions. Accordingly, the data can be stored into it. Okay, so database softwares are there where we store data. Okay, this is an analogy like how we actually store data. Okay, so you can see that this is one row of locker, this is second row of locker, and we put some data into it. So this is an example of database. Just a second. This is an example of database. Okay, And if you store data like this, okay, this almirah, you can see there are no proper rows, no proper okay, rows here. So that we can call it as a file system. Okay, we don't basically store data in a file system in the form of rows or columns. Okay, they are randomly stored. Fine. Now this is again example. Okay, database example: id, name, contact, email. Okay, a table. Okay, in a database. A database is an organized collection of data generally stored and accessed electronically from a computer. So here you can see that id is column, name is column, and then one kushal, this is a row. Second, two mahadev, it is a row. Okay, so database is collection of tables. Table is a collection of rows and columns. Okay, so I believe you understand what is a database. And now with this data, okay, we have two types of operations. One is OLTP, another is OLAP. So I would just like to ask, because people who are from IT background, they can better explain this term. Okay, so could you please help me with these two terminologies? What is OLTP and what is OLAP? Anyone? Yeah, and anyone who can help me with this term: OLTP, online transaction processing, and OLAP, online analytical processing. All right. So let me help you with that. Yes. So here, if you see online transaction processing, okay. Again, if you basically make an order on Zomato, okay. So as soon as you make an order on Zomato, what happens? There is an entry in the database of Zomato application, and with the help of that entry, the seller is able to see that you have ordered something. Okay. So as soon as you make an order, there will be one entry in the database. So that is called as one transaction. Okay. Second example, if you go to ATM, you withdraw some amount, and as soon as you withdraw some amount, there will be entry in the database of bank servers. And because of that, you will get a message that this much amount is deducted and remaining amount is XYZ. So because there is an entry made in the database, it is a transaction. That entry itself is the transaction. One transaction has taken place. Again, any other example? Let's say you have 10, 10 leather balls. Okay, and I came to you and I asked, give me one leather ball. So you gave me one leather ball. Okay, and then you made an entry. You did cut that 10 quantity and you made it 9. So what happened? One transaction has happened, that you had 10 balls, you have given one ball to me, and now basically only 9 balls are remaining, and you have made an entry of that. So making an entry is the transaction for the software. Okay, because software doesn't know whether you have really taken or not, but you, if you make the entry, that means you have taken. This is called as online transaction processing. So let's say today there are 100 transactions happening, okay, during the whole day. So how many records will be there? 100 records will be there. Okay, for each transaction, at least one record would be there. Okay, so 100 records are there now. Okay, so these 100 records, if we want to analyze out of these 100 records, how many records, how many transactions were for ordering some item online? So out of 100, we found that around 20 transactions were where online order has been made. Okay, as soon as I do this analysis, it becomes OLAP, online analytical processing. As soon as I do this analysis, that how many were for a particular, kind of operation, that of ordering food or ordering online. So, so let's say 40 were there. Okay, so this is analysis on the data which we have collected throughout the day. So remember that online analytical processing, this is actually, this works for previous data, past data, or historical data. Okay, online analytical processing. Okay, think of your brain. Okay, how your brain actually works. Okay, whatever experiences you have gained till date, the brain actually stores all those experiences. Okay, and your memory basically tries to recollect and process those particular experiences to derive some kind of decisions. Okay, let's say you met 10 people, and out of those 10, 8 people did not behave in a proper way with you. Then basically your brain will give you this kind of analysis that most of the people do not behave properly, so you will act accordingly. Okay, so how did your brain do this analysis? Based upon the experience with 10 people, and which is a past activity. So remember, analytical processing happens on past data, but transaction is a current data. Okay, so if you basically start to, let's say in your company there is a new employee who has joined in, and if you are making an entry of that employee in your database, that is one transaction, so it is current. Okay, so this is the main difference between OLTP and OLAP. This needs to be understood. Now this is just one use case. Okay, what can be done? Okay, so based on customer buying behavior, okay, we can actually do the segmentation. Okay, so what do we do with all this data? Okay, we do analysis. So this is just one use case. What can be done? A customer segmentation analysis. Okay, so analysis parameter here, if you see, we have kept as buying behavior. Okay, so people who are buying, having capacity of budget of less than or equal to 1 lakh. Okay, so we will categorize them in economy, okay, class. And then those who buy uh, more than a lakh but within 10 lakhs range, so they are average. Okay, and the premium, they are basically buying or buying capacity of having 10 lakh or more. Okay, so we have basically classified people in different groups, okay, based upon their buying capacity, okay, or their budget. So this is on the basis of buying behavior. Okay, we have you can say classified people. Now based on customer age, okay, so this is another parameter. Okay, so kids collection could be there, youth collection could be there, and dada dadi collection could be there. Okay, this is another parameter based on which, okay, so if you see, this is all historical data. We should have the past data here, and this is example of OLAP, online analytical processing. Okay, right. Okay, and then basically, yeah, so geographically, demographically, behavior wise, psychographic wise, okay, we can actually do the customer segmentation. Okay, but all of this will require data, past data. Okay, so I just wanted you to understand about data, about transactions, and about the analytical processing. Okay.
If you liked our video and would like to recommend it to your friends, please like, share, and subscribe to Indeed Inspiring Infotech. We would also love to hear your suggestions and feedback in the comment section below.